3 new drivers, 4 former champions, 10 Grand Prix winners on the grid, and it starts right here.
The longest season in Formula One history opened under the glittering lights of Bahrain, the stage set for an epic battle between Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen. Hamilton chasing a record 8th world title, Verstappen hungry for his first.
And it's lights out and away we go, and it's Max Verstappen against Lewis Hamilton. They both got away quite evenly. Hamilton tucks in behind the Red Bull and Leclerc already alongside Valtteri Bottas. Hamilton goes into turn 1 behind Max Verstappen.
And the game of cat and mouse begins. Mercedes attempt the undercut and Hamilton takes the lead when Verstappen pits.
If Max Verstappen still wants to win the Bahrain Grand Prix, steady into the box, slow on the right. That's not perfect for Red Bull Racing.
Max Verstappen is not going to like this, I'm sure, as he sees Lewis Hamilton now disappearing through turn 1.
The Red Bull hunts Hamilton down and with 3 laps to go, he makes the pass.
By the time they get to the corner, he's about a third of a car in front. By the time they get out of the corner, he's a whole car in front. Max Verstappen is ahead of Lewis Hamilton.
So we're taking the outside of the track.
But 4 wheels off the track means Verstappen must hand the place back. And it's Hamilton and Mercedes who take the first checkered flag of the season.
Hey guys. Amazing job. I'm so grateful. Everyone back in the factory, everyone working so hard. I know we're not quick enough. We managed to do it. That's teamwork.
Those last few laps have lit the spark for 2021.
He's quicksilver in qualifying. Lewis Hamilton clocked up another milestone with an incredible 100th pole position in Spain.
Yes! Great job, guys. That was hard work. Oh, that was hard work.
Yeah, you bet you, Lewis. That wasn't easy, was it?
On this Saturday, the career record-breaking Lewis Hamilton, 100 poles in Formula One.
Hamilton said the pole felt like one of his first.
I mean, who would have thought in 2013 or end of 2012 when we made the decision to partner, we would be qualifying at 100. So I feel very humbled, very grateful, and I'm ecstatic, like it's my first.
100 may just be a number, but it meant an awful lot. There were no home comforts for Charles Leclerc in Monaco. The local hero set a stunning pole lap, only to crash and red flag the session before it could be beaten.
It should be massive celebrations for Charles Leclerc, the first Monegasque driver to take pole in his home Grand Prix, but he's taken pole and it's ended like this.
His bruised Ferrari was unable to start the race on Sunday.
No. The gearbox, guys.
And that is not what Ferrari or Charles Leclerc wanted to hear.
Instead, Max Verstappen took a majestic maiden Monaco victory.
This is going to be his first podium in Monaco. It's his first win in Monaco. Max Verstappen wins the Monaco Grand Prix.
And there was another first too, as he took the lead in the World Championship for the first time in his F1 career.
Yes! Oh, nice race!
That was masterclass and you're leading the World Championship. Well done, mate.
Baku was a major blowout for the title contenders. After outmaneuvering Mercedes in the pits, Red Bull had Verstappen cruising out in front.
It's a slow stop again, but he had to wait for the other car that was coming down the pit lane. Max Verstappen is away and he is going to be ahead of Lewis Hamilton.
How is he so far ahead of me?
We had hold at the stop.
But a heavy smash for Lance Stroll was a warning sign. With 5 laps to go, Verstappen also hit the wall at high speed.
Oh, and it's Max Verstappen leading this race, now out of this race. That is a 200-mile-an-hour crash.
Hamilton sensed an opportunity to make up ground in the title race.
You got to remember that this is a marathon, not a sprint, so got to be measured how aggressive you go.
Yeah, copy, Lewis.
Absolutely agree, Lewis.
But at the restart, Hamilton, eager to seize the lead from Sergio Perez, locked up and shot off down a road to nowhere.
Oh, I'm so sorry, guys.
This has not been a good day for the top two in the championship.
Perez won his first race with Red Bull, and just behind, Sebastian Vettel claimed an emotional first podium for Aston Martin. It fell to the oldest venue on the calendar to showcase the sport's newest innovation, F1 Sprint. A flat-out race to determine the grid for Sunday's Grand Prix, with championship points on offer for the top three. It may have been a new format, but it was the same old story for rivals Hamilton and Verstappen.
For the sprint, it's lights out and away we go. And I think Verstappen got a better start than Lewis Hamilton, and he's already ahead.
And it was Verstappen who sprinted clear to take pole position.
Okay, Max, that's that. That's pole position.
Good job. That was nice.
But if the sprint was the trailer for the British Grand Prix, the race was a real blockbuster. Hamilton and Verstappen went at it again on the first lap. Copse, one of the most fearsome corners in F1, played its hand in another twist in the title race.
This time on the inside, a continent touch! Verstappen is out of the race, and that's a big crash into Copse! Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen coming together!
Verstappen was taken to hospital, while Hamilton served a time penalty for his part in the collision. But he still managed to chase down Charles Leclerc's leading Ferrari.
Remember what happened at Copse on lap 1? Here goes Hamilton on lap 50. Oh, and he tries to get past Leclerc and goes off the track. Has Hamilton gone through? Yes, he has. It was almost another Copse collision.
Hamilton was the home hero once again, winning his 8th British Grand Prix at Silverstone. But the fallout from the collision set a new tone in the title race. Hungary has a habit of producing drama, and it didn't disappoint in 2021. First, there was a chaotic start on a wet track.
Hamilton does get away very well indeed. Bottas doesn't. Verstappen's already nearly alongside him. Bottas has dropped 3 or 4 places, and there's Lando Norris touched, and into each other goes Valtteri Bottas and Sergio Perez. It's Valtteri Bottas who loses it under braking.
Absolutely, he just brakes way too late and causes the entire mess.
We are sorry, guys. That's it.
Next came the bizarre sight of just one car lining up on the grid, as the rest of the field came in to change to dry tyres.
It's going to be lights out and away we go for Lewis Hamilton only. The race leader is the only driver who's not come into the pit lane to change tyres.
Then a titanic tussle between 2 world champions.
Still Fernando Alonso gets better traction. Hamilton trying to go around the outside. Does brake later this time. Not late enough. Alonso stays ahead, but this is going to carry on and on. This time he's alongside, and I think they might have touched there as well. Hamilton had to back out of it. Alonso somehow is keeping Hamilton at bay. This is incredible.
Finally, a new race winner was crowned. Rising above the drama, it was Esteban Ocon's day.
Esteban Ocon is going to be a Grand Prix winner in Formula 1. Ocon wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. Très bon, très bien, and formidable. Esteban Ocon, well done.
The Frenchman kept his head and didn't put a wheel wrong as he drove into the history books as Formula 1's 111th Grand Prix winner. Afterwards, he tipped his hat to his Alpine teammate Fernando Alonso for his part in his victory. And another classic Hungarian Grand Prix sent the F1 pack into the summer break, hungry for more. As wet weekends go, Spa was a pretty good one for George Russell.
George Russell could be on for pole position here in Spa for the first in his career in a Williams.
The Briton conquered the conditions to set provisional pole, only to be chased down by Verstappen.
Verstappen denies George Russell in his Red Bull on pole. You can hear the Dutch fans cheer.
But Russell's lap was monumental, and so was P2 for Williams.
Come on! Yes! Yes! Woo! Yes, guys! Oh my god! That was up. Amazing, guys. Amazing. Well done, everybody. Well done.
The rain just wouldn't go away on Sunday, however long the drivers waited. 2 laps behind the safety car were enough for Russell to claim his first podium at his 50th Grand Prix, and officially the shortest race in F1 history. And there was another bonus in Belgium, as Russell found out in Spa that he would be racing for Mercedes in 2022. Sand dunes and a sea of orange fans. It could only be the return of the Dutch Grand Prix, back on the calendar for the first time since 1985. And there was only one man the crowd wanted to see win, their hero, Max Verstappen. With the pressure on, the race was a strategic chess game. Bottas wasn't able to back up Verstappen either, and the fan favourite dispatched him to sail off into the lead. But Hamilton wasn't giving up the chase.
I'm pushing to close this gap, man. Come on.
Okay, copy that, Lewis. Yeah, we're happy with what you're doing then.
With the tyres teetering on the edge, it was a nervy finish for the title rivals. In the end, Hamilton called off the fight.
These tyres are starting to drop off, man.
Okay, copy.
Gap at 3.8. 3.8.
Is he complaining about something or what?
I think his tyres are done.
Out in front, Verstappen handled the pressure like a champion. And with victory in Zandvoort, he zoomed into the championship lead. It was another orange weekend in Monza, but first, the championship rivals once again put the squeeze on each other.
Hamilton and Verstappen go into the second chicane, and Hamilton goes off onto the rumble strip.
Let's push me wide.
Copy.
But it was after the pit stops that the touch paper was lit.
11 seconds on the grid for Max Verstappen.
A slow stop at Red Bull was followed by another at Mercedes, and Hamilton returned to the track in Verstappen's path.
And there's Max Verstappen right behind Hamilton into the first chicane. Once again, it's wheel to wheel. Hamilton and Verstappen, and this time Verstappen and Hamilton have crashed out, and they are both out. As Hamilton came from his pit stop, rejoined the racetrack, Lando Norris was ahead, and in their desperation to stay ahead and to get ahead, the two championship protagonists have taken each other out of the Italian Grand Prix.
That's what you get when you don't leave the space.
Wow, what will the stewards think of that?
As Verstappen walked away in frustration, Hamilton desperately tried to rejoin the race, despite having a Red Bull on his bonnet.
Switch off the engine, please, Lewis.
With the title chasers out, the race at Monza hotted up. At the front, Daniel Ricciardo, who had jumped Verstappen at the start, kept his head down while his rivals closed in.
Do you think it's best for us if I stay like this? There I am. Lando, best for us where you are.
Ricciardo held on for his maiden win for McLaren, and first since 2018.
It's McLaren and Ricciardo that win the Italian Grand Prix.
Yeah! He won! But he did it!
Yes! Deep down, I knew this was going to come. So, thanks for having my back, and for anyone who thought I left, I never left.
Lando Norris completed the orange story at Monza, and McLaren's first 1-2 in 11 years. The magic of Monza had cast its spell on Formula One once again. He teased it in Austria and seized it in Russia. Norris kept the McLaren momentum going with his first pole position. An incredible lap saw him push the limit in wet-dry conditions.
Lando Norris is on pole for the first time in his Formula One career.
Okay, pole position, mate. Pole position. Oh, baby! Oh my God! Let's go! Oh! Yes!
Norris led the way on Sunday, but it was to be another red-letter day for Lewis Hamilton.
The risk of rain increasing. It would arrive around turn 5 area first.
Starts getting closer.
In an almost exact reversal of qualifying conditions, Norris was caught out by rain late on.
You can see the rain signs there. Hamilton is getting so much closer to Lando Norris. These next two corners are really critical as Lando Norris goes wide, and you can see just how slippy it is.
Lando, what do you think about it, Inter? What do you think about it in Inter?
No!
He made the decision to stay out on slicks, while Hamilton, the hunter, made a decisive late stop.
What Hamilton loses by making this pit stop, will he be able to make up as Norris continues to struggle out on the track?
As the McLaren slid off the road, Hamilton was on his way to another major milestone. On a journey that had begun at McLaren 14 years ago, after 71 years of racing, Hamilton became the first driver to reach triple figures for race wins.
Lewis Hamilton, it's 100 race victories. He wins the Russian Grand Prix and he retakes the championship lead.
It's taken us a long time to get that 100. But so grateful for all of you, for all the work back in the factory and here. Thanks so much for not giving up on me.
Was the US Grand Prix a turning point in the title race for Max Verstappen? A record F1 crowd in Austin certainly hoped they were seeing history in the making. Sunday served up another tense, tactical battle between the title rivals, and the sense of occasion was palpable. Hamilton had swooped past Verstappen at the start, but Red Bull were calling the shots from the pit wall.
He goes past Lewis Hamilton and into the lead of the race, and you can hear the cheers from the Red Bull fans. The undercut has been triggered.
The Dutch Lion roared too as he pounced for his first win in the United States, and a 12-point lead in the championship.
His tyres were 8 laps younger than yours, and I didn't think you were going to do that, but fantastic job.
Yeah, to be honest, I like the way we played the strategy. It's good to be aggressive sometimes.
The final sprint weekend of the season served up a saga in Sao Paulo. After a mega lap in Friday's qualifying, Hamilton was sent to the back, his rear wing failing a technical inspection. Verstappen couldn't resist his own investigation and was handed a hefty fine for touching the wing in question in Parc Fermé. Saturday's sprint provided another dose of drama.
Bottas is away and into the lead. Into turn 1 goes Valtteri Bottas.
While a defiant drive from Hamilton saw him confidently cut through the field to finish in 5th. It was a good day for Mercedes, but they still had a point to prove over team radio.
Lewis, brilliant job. Damage limitation. Them all.
Copy. It's not over yet.
Lewis, just make sure you don't touch any other cars or check them out anyway.
There was more relentless racing in Brazil on race day. Hamilton was fired up for another Mission Impossible, chasing down his title rival from 10th.
Hamilton is up to 7th. We saw him through Ferradura, passing there Pierre Gasly. There goes Lewis Hamilton on Sebastian Vettel. Hamilton in 1 lap from 10th is up to 6th.
His Mercedes was in rocket mode, and by lap 5 he was up to 3rd and closing in on the 2 Red Bulls.
Trying to go down the outside. Is he going to sweep through? Can he keep it on the road? He can! He's done it!
After the first round of stops, Verstappen had a message for his team.
Yeah, we can't get ourselves let undercut again, okay?
I copy that.
But pitting first for the final time left Hamilton with fresher rubber for the chase to the flag.
And he's got a better exit. Hamilton with a much better exit down to turn 4.
I said, is it 3rd time lucky? Hamilton pulls ahead of Verstappen. Before they get to the corner, the crowd go absolutely wild. It is 3rd time lucky for Lewis Hamilton. He was 20th and last on the grid for the sprint. Here on lap 59 of the Grand Prix, he has gone from last all the way to 1st.
It was vintage Hamilton, pure brilliance in Brazil. Verstappen was on fire in Saudi Arabia, but his blistering qualifying lap came to an abrupt halt.
Verstappen can spoil the Mercedes party and ruin their 1-2 as he hits the wall right at the final corner. Max Verstappen hits the wall and pole position slides out of his grasp right at the end.
But the drama wasn't done, as one of the incredible races in Grand Prix history unfolded at Jeddah's brand new super fast street circuit. When a first red flag came out for barrier repairs, it was a stroke of luck for Verstappen. Red Bull's main man hadn't pitted and was out in front. And now he had a free tyre change, he could stay there.
This now becomes very controversial, and we've had it before. Should you be allowed to change tyres during the red flag?
Does this not mean you can change tyres?
Unfortunately, Lewis, yes it does.
That's unbelievable, man. sense to you?
It's a gamble because they stopped Perez and most people stopped in the top 10. Not 100% sense, no.
At the restart, Hamilton blitzed into the lead, only for Verstappen to launch a surprise attack.
Hamilton goes into the first corner as Bottas locks up, almost hits Verstappen, who goes off the track and then forces Hamilton wide as Esteban Ocon gets ahead of Lewis Hamilton and goes into second place, and that's Sergio Perez who's been tagged, and there's another incident involving George Russell.
When the red flag came out again, Verstappen was in the lead ahead of Esteban Ocon, with Hamilton third. But the Dutchman was dropped to third for the restart, his pass deemed too aggressive. As the jeopardy in Jeddah began to build, it was time for race start number 3, with Ocon on pole for the very first time.
Lights out and away we go, and Ocon ahead of Hamilton, but not by much. Verstappen's going to go down the inside, there's 3 of them, and Hamilton and Ocon touch, but they keep going, and Verstappen now ahead of Lewis Hamilton. He picked his moment, he picked the right moment, and Verstappen takes the lead of the race ahead of Ocon and Hamilton.
But when Hamilton passed Ocon for P2, the chase was on, and there was, inevitably, more drama.
And he is gaining on Max Verstappen. He's going to go for the move here. Lewis Hamilton trying to get into the lead of the race. They go wheel to wheel into the first corner. Verstappen has to bail out. Lewis Hamilton has to bail out. Verstappen ends that sequence with a bigger lead over Lewis Hamilton.
So let's give the position back to Hamilton. So do that strategically. Give the position back.
Both are giving it absolutely everything.
Look at this.
I get the feeling it's going to happen again. Oh, they've touched and they've collided. What is going on here in Jeddah tonight?
Just brake tested me. I've just hit him, man. My wing's broken.
No, it's okay. It looks okay. He's been told to give you the position.
He just brake tested me, though. I didn't know what's going on.
Hamilton would pass again for the lead in a breathless, bizarre, brilliant Grand Prix and tie the championship heading into the final round.
Hamilton is going to give us level pegging in the championship as he comes home to win the first Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
That has got to be the craziest race I remember. The cool head won that out. And the icing on the cake, Valtteri P3.
Great job, guys. Great job. That's more like it. Come on. Let's keep pushing, man.
It was goodbye to the Iceman in Abu Dhabi, Ferrari's last world champion, Kimi Räikkönen. One of F1's best-loved characters retired as its most experienced driver with 349 Grand Prix starts.
It's been an incredible career. You won that world championship. The crowd here are showing their appreciation.
But all eyes were on the title race, which came down not only to the last race.
Max Verstappen needs to beat Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton needs to beat Max Verstappen.
But the very last lap. And Verstappen got the miracle he needed.
Nicholas Latifi has crashed. That will be a safety car.
Stay left, staying out, staying out. Safety car, keep the delta positive. So strap mode 1, strap mode 1.
Box.
Negative.
That's unbelievable.
Hamilton stays out. Verstappen coming into the pits. There's a set of soft tyres waiting for him.
What's the situation behind me?
So situation is, Verstappen has pitted. He had a free pit stop. We would have lost track position to him. 4 laps remaining, or when you cross the line. So this field has to bunch, and then they have to send lap cars through. So it may not restart.
Is he right behind me?
He will be.
With new tyres?
Copy Lewis. We would have lost track position if we had pitted.
Behind the safety car and with fresh tyres, Verstappen made the move.
Down into turn 5 is Verstappen, far enough back, he's going to make the lunge down the inside. Hamilton sees him coming. It's a late lunge by Verstappen, who takes the lead of the race. Oh my Lord, Max! Oh my God! Yes! Oh my God! Yes!
You have driven like a champion all year. You deserve that. We absolutely love you.
What a story 2021 was. A new pole sitter.
Oh, baby! Oh my God!
New race winner.
Ocon wins the Hungarian Grand Prix!
New tracks.
This track is cool.
We all feel a bit Dutch today. We've all got a bit of orange in us.
A record breaker beyond compare.
It's a ton of poles. It's 100 race victories.
It's the 100.
A new world champion.
Max Verstappen, you are the world champion! The world champion!
And a new chapter in Formula One history.